Hello everybody, welcome back to another Warframe video. Now, today, on this, personally want to go over some weapons that, I know in fact not all of these are going to get one, but I just want to go over a few weapons that I personally, I don't want to say simp for, but some weapons that I really love, either the look of, the sound of, or just prefer how they function, and just want to see them get a incarnon Genesis adapter. Be aware, none of my builds are actually going to do anything, and none of my mods are maxed out. But regardless of how they perform, because my builds are ass, I still think regardless they deserve some type of incarnon form, because I just think they deserve it. The first one is in my hands. It is the Baza Prime. Now, personally, this is one of the weapons in this game that, for one, it looks the best, especially with its one skin. I'm not even going to try pronouncing this. I think it just looks really pretty. It looks simple. It reloads like a P90, not a P90, a Bison, the Russian SMG, the PP Bison, or the name is eluding me right now. But I love the reload of it because it's like a PP Bison. Plus the accuracy. Now it would fit the role of all the headshot incarnon forms that need a headshot in order to gain a charge. Because this is 36 meters, and that accuracy is pretty much dead center. So this gun would be great for the incarnon form stuff for the headshot. Again, my build is nothing. Like not even one of these things you need. But regardless of how it performs against these cryptic heavy gunners, again, headshots with this thing are a breeze to hit, just purely due to accuracy. Also, you can shut up. Also, I love how it sounds. Just the sound of the gun is really nice. Alright, this is just one of the like #1 guns I want to use on a daily basis, but due to the fact that it's so terrible, I just can't use it. Because again, if I were to use it, I would literally get nothing done. The other gun I think that should get a incarno form is actually the Vectis, because we don't actually have a sniper rifle incarnon form. Now, a lot of people would say I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but the Rubico. Mirage, we stopped doing twirly. I think the Rubico is fine as it is, but I think the Vectis would be a fun gun to have a incarnon form for. Again, build is absolutely dog, but again, regardless of how it performs, I think that, well, #1, purely how it looks, one of the best looking guns in the game, in my opinion. So elegant looking. One, due to its reload, it's a sniper, so it's accurate as hell. So it fit all of the, incarnon shit. Also, it's magazine and a reload. It's pretty. I personally like the reload of it, how quick it is, and how. Yeah, the reload. Plus its look. But I personally like this thing as a sniper rifle. Again, my build's dog and doing practically nothing. But my point still stands. You're actually gonna die from the slashes? Oh my god, you are. But regardless of how it seems, it is a galvanized setup again, so I gotta get builds up on it, but I got my shit built up on it, but regardless of how shitty it performs, I still think that this thing deserves an incarnate form, because #1, it's also another one of the guns I desperately want to use, but again, the gameplay doesn't support this gameplay. Just sitting here with a sniper rifle and doming heads like if you're in a, Call of Duty or something. You know what I mean? That's not how this gameplay is. It doesn't support this. But I think having a sniper incarnate form would be kind of nice. Now, most of the weapons I want to go over are melee weapons that I'm pretty sure we don't have a incarnate form for. I have like 8 melees, but I have two secondaries. Now, one other one is actually the stilettos. Now, people are probably gonna want at the Somatis, because these are pretty much the baby pistol versions of the Soma, but I hate how they look. They just look ugly. Now, I would personally prefer the ACK stilettos. They just have a better look to them. And they have one of the other cool looking skins as well. Same thing as the Baza. They have this elegant, like, engraved skin. I love it. Again, build is corrosive and heat, so it's dog. Doesn't even have one of these in it. Which again, you're never going to use it. But again, regardless of how it actually performs, I think it does deserve one, just purely due to the fact that I love these things. So this is more of like a personal, like I simp for this gun kind of choice. But I feel like it kind of deserves one. But again, this is purely a simp one. Since same thing with the Baza. But the Vectis, I think, kind of would be one to have, because again, it's a sniper rifle. We don't have one for a sniper yet. I want these because of, well, how they look, how they feel. Now, the next pistol choice is the exact same situation, but I think it definitely deserves one. It is the other revolver. No, not this elegant thing. It is the Magnus Prime. I want one for this same thing so desperately. I'm not even kidding you. If this thing got a incarnon form, this would be one of my favorites in the entire game. But just look how sexy this thing looks. Even on like a base level. Look how sexy that is. Like, this is, in my opinion, one of the best looking guns in the entire game. And has one of the best looking reloads in the entire game, too. Also, the sound of it. See this. Just the sound of it. And here's the reload. I have a mod that decreases reload speed, so that's why it's pretty slow. But I love how the reload looks. Because one of my favorite IRL guns, like IRL, one of my favorite guns in the world is a Schofield revolver, or a Schofield. I've always pronounced the name wrong. Either a Schofield or a Schofield, but the reload reminds me of one so well. Obviously, with a real Schofield, you don't remove the whole ass fucking cylinder, but this one is very similar. You push the whole front open and replace it. That's why I want one for the Magnus. Plus, again, it's just one of the sexiest looking guns in the game. Now, all the ones I'm about to mention are going to be melees, because I think we don't have a incarnon form for a lot of these melee types. That's why I'm going to recommend them. Now, I'm going to recommend one for either the Orthos or the Guandao Prime. Now, I would personally want the Orthos. The Orthos is such a special spot in my heart. It just looks better, feels better. Overall, I just prefer the Orthos Prime over the Guandao. But I know if we were to get a, what is it, pole arm? Is what these things are called, if I'm not mistaken, pole arms. Yeah, if we were to get a pole arm incarnon form, people would probably want the Guandao due to look, and it's just, the stats are just outright better. But I would prefer a Orthos Prime incarnon form. It just looks better to me, feels better to me. It's just I want one for a pole arm, like regardless. And I would want one for either the Orthos or the Guandao. Personally, I prefer the Orthos Prime, but a one for the Guandao Prime would be really good. I wouldn't complain. Also, because these weapons are really good at building combo counter. That's practically where pole arms shine in this game, is their combo counter, or is gaining combo counter. That's where pole arms kind of shine, just due to how they attack. It's purely due to how they attack. Like, I'm hitting so many enemies in so little time that generating combo counter with these is just so fucking easy. It's hilarious. Now, obviously, since the enemies are not all bunched up, it's a bit harder to see. However, with pole arms, again, they're great at getting their combo counter up. So getting the incarnate form active would be kind of easy. And we don't have one for a pole arm yet. That's why I'm recommending one for a pole arm. Now, we don't have one for this other weapon. Now, we're going to go over the next one. Now, we don't have one for this other weapon type either. And that is a sword and shield. I would prefer the Silva and Aegis, but I wouldn't bitch if we got one for a Cobra and Crane. But I think we should get one for the Silva and Aegis. Kind of again, all the melee weapons I'm about to show you are because we don't have one of this for this melee weapon type yet, and I feel like that just because it's for a different melee type, it would be kind of fun. Now I'm gonna go over the Silva and Aegis because this one is just better than the other one. Also, my build's ass. I need to get shit for it. You need trait. Oh, that's right. Now, again, this is kind of on the same... Why is it so slow? Fuck this. Again, this is kind of going to be the same thing with the Orthos, is that we don't have a incarnon form for this melee weapon type yet. However, I think that this could be a really cool like incarnon form for a sword and shield. Kind of like how one of the stances work. It's not this stance. Never mind, it is. How with this stance, if you hold your block button and like move forward with the attack, and you like throw your shield with this stance, the Final Harbinger. I think there could be a really cool thing where it actually like I don't know, like you can actually like throw your shield. It's like another projectile kind of thing, kind of like how the hate is, but it's your actual shield. You know what I mean? That's the projectile. I think having a sword and shield in incarnate form could be really good for just purely how one could potentially function. Also, for me, they're just one of the funnest things to play with. My build's ass, and keep in mind that, but again, I think a sword and shield incarnate would be kind of nice. And again, I think that it could be really fun to play with, because it could be like the hate, because the hate shoots out a projectile when you swing. That's kind of how I think a sword and shield should play out. But when you like do a heavy attack swing with the incarnate form of a sword and shield, it throws out your literal shield, and it has like infinite body punch through with that shield. I don't know. I feel like that. I feel like this could be crazy if they add one for a sword and shield, but do it in like a crazy way where you actually like throw your shield out. I think that'd be kind of cool. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but we don't have one for a heavy sword yet, like a two-handed heavy sword. Now, I think that the Galatine Prime should also get one. Now, I don't want to hear anything about the fucking Cyber, because that is not a two-handed sword. It is a fucking hammer. This is a sword, people. I think, I don't know, this is more of a personal pick, like one I really want, because I really want to use the Galatine. Granted, I'm not a huge fan of these heavy-ass swords, but purely due to the fact that we don't have one for a heavy sword, I feel like that there should definitely... I don't know why. I want one for a heavy sword. That also might be because I wanted to use the Galatine Prime, but the Okina's Incarnate just kind of took over like everything in terms of melees. But I like how the heavy sword deserve. They have so much range due to that they have such a long blade. So the amount of enemies these can hit is kind of crazy to me. Also, some of their stances are really fun to play with. The Tempo Royale one, definitely one of the funnest to play with, in my opinion. Definitely has one of the best stances to play with, in my opinion. Especially the, which one is it? One of the stances is really fun to play with. Or really fun to goof off with. Which one is it? I think it's Rendering Crane, I think. This one's fun to goof around with. What's it? No, but I do like Rendering... No, it is Rendering Crane. Just... Like... Just hit them. But it's a different... I think it's the other one. Let me take a look. I think it's the... No, Cleaving Whirlwind, I think. That's the goofy one to play with. It is. If you hold your if you hold your block button and do the forward combo, just slamming your head, just completely like really like just throwing your sword down, fucking cool. Now, I guess one of the reasons why I want the Galatine, or even the Graham Prime, but I think the Galatine kind of deserves one more than the Graham, because purely due to like looks. The Grand Prime this looks fucking ugly, but this thing is a bit better in terms of looks. But also, I feel like that two-handed swords. I think that's what these are called. Either two-handed swords or a heavy swords. I forgot what these are called. Heavy blades. Yeah, they have some of the best like stance mods. I won't say best stance mods, but they're either like really satisfying or really like smooth to get. They're some of the best feeling stance mods in my opinion. Also, Cleaving Whirlwind just ring around the rosies. Also, it's fun to have your character get fucking your Warframe to get fucking dizzy for doing that. Again, they have some of the most at least fun stance mods in the game. Now, the next one is because we don't have. Correct me if I'm wrong. I could be completely wrong. We don't have a incarnon form for a machete. Now, for me, I would rather do the Slaytra because it's the only machete I think that's even like, relevant at all. That's because they also have a really good heavy attack. I think it's with all of them. They also have the Cyclone Kraken stance mod is really fun and satisfying to use in my opinion. But again, I'm not sure with the specific stance mod, but they have one of the best like heavy swings in my opinion. Just like multiple let's do this guy. Multiple swings. That's like 5 hits in one heavy attack. And that's with every enemy in its radius, I'm pretty sure. Like, you see that? Like, these heavy swings are really fucking good in my opinion. Also, melee influence. Yippee fucking yay. But that's the point, that their heavy swings are really fucking good. It might be just this one, it might be, I don't know why. But, again, they have some of the best stance mods in my opinion. Correction, just this one for the machete, the Cyclone Kraken. Now, this is a either Call's weapon or specifically a Grineer machete. Now, that would be a problem, but we have the Dara Vandal as a incarnon form. So, that kind of, I kind of want to say breaks the streak of having specifically 10-0 weapons for incarnon forms. So, that kind of breaks it a little bit. So, I think having a Grineer weapon on that stage wouldn't be a worse idea. We have a Corpus weapon and infested weapons. I think having a Grineer weapon in that mix wouldn't, I don't think anybody would care. And plus, I think to have one for a machete, especially with these type of heavy swings, are definitely worth like investing in. Now the next one is more of a personal pick, and if you like ninja stuff, which I wouldn't say ninja, but it depends how you look at it, is the Nicodandi Prime. Now I want one for this purely because there's 2 reasons. At a base, the Nicodandi Prime, I'm not sure the normal one, hold on. I could be completely fucking wrong. Okay, it's both. The Nicodandi, at base, does electricity, which already makes it better than most weapons, because right now, an arcane called melee influence is just taking everybody by storm at the moment. I'm pretty sure. Unless if I'm just not caught up with the times. Specifically with the Okina Prime. Like, let me just get everything back all bunched up. Like, with the Okina Prime, with its incarnon form and fucking melee influence, like, for fuck's sake, like, do you see this stupid shit with fucking melee influence? I hate to say it, but it's all dead. That could also help that dual daggers, this spinning needle is my favorite. They have some of the best stance mods, too. But the Nicodandi also has a pretty good stance mod. Granted, as far as I'm concerned, this is the only stance mod. So, okay, so first of all, going back to the melee influence part. That's why. Because at base, it does electricity. So you don't gotta waste a mod slot putting on electricity. You know what I mean? So if that does like electricity damage, it melee influence. Not only that, low-key this thing has a crazy range. Like, and plus the stance mod's also goofy and fun to play with. Especially if you hold your block and like use the forward combo. like, definitely fun to look at, but if you do that, it's definitely it definitely blinds the fuck out of you. So when you do that, I recommend having your energy as, like, black, I think. Where is it? Where's it a black color? Here we go. As, like, a black color, or else you're really gonna get, like, a very, like blinding effect on you. Actually, that, like, really helps. Now that I see that out loud, like, that really helps with seeing. But, again, and if you put, like... Okay, let me fix this up a little bit. Actually, it's already pretty much fixed. Not Berserker Fury, though. Again, this is also another choice, purely because we just don't have one for this melee weapon type yet. Granted, I never see anybody playing with these. Like, literally, this is a, like, forgotten weapon type as far as I'm fucking concerned. But I feel like it definitely does deserve one, because honestly, it's not a terrible weapon as far as I'm concerned, unless I'm stupid and crazy. But again, this is just fun to play with. And plus, it also does a good amount of slash procs, too. But again, to be able to hit everything, it's pretty nice. And it also has a really good heavy swing, too. For me, it's really easy to know where I'm hitting with the heavy swing. That's one reason why I don't like, personally, the Kana Prime. Which, yes, I'd be very happy if this got one, the Kana Prime. But I don't think it's getting one, because this is actually legitimately, like, a good weapon. I think having an incarnon form would just be broken. I don't think they'll give us one. Or they might say, fuck it, they might give us one. But I think that I want to say forgotten weapon type should get an incarnon form. Simply because, honestly, this would be really good. Because, again, at base, it does electricity, so you have a really good melee influence build. Because, again, it's by base. Like, how can you really bitch, right? Now, the other one, again, we don't have an incarnon form for this weapon type yet, but either the, for a Warframe, let's say for a Warframe, either the Gunshin Prime or the new one, the Quasis Prime that came with Zaku. Now, specifically because, honestly, Warframes has some of the best stance mods, specifically Slicing Feathers, which is the one I love. But, hella good stance mods, in my opinion. They have some of the best stance mods in my opinion. I don't know why I did that. I could be just going senile and insane, but I personally think we need one for at least a Warfan. Now, the Quasis Prime, it might get one, or the Gunshin. Then again, having a very deadly Warfan is kind of, I mean, first of all, it's fun to look at. They're pretty pleasing to look at, to be honest with you. And they have some of the best stance mods, in my opinion, again, like, being able to, I don't know, these stance mods, or the stance mods, really fun to play with. Okay, my build is ass, but my point still stands. I think having one for a Warfan would be hella fun. And they could make, like, a pretty unique one. I don't know, they could make it to where, I don't know, they can also make it to where it shoots, like, mini blades out. Kind of like how the Okina Prime one works. But it purely does, like, slash damage. Like, it's purely slash, and it does a lot more. Like, they do no damage, but they're purely slash, and they just, so many of them pop out. Because of how, I don't know, like, they could do it to where, like on how, on the, Gunshin Prime, like, there's, okay, so, like, the bright blue parts, there's, like, 7, I guess, knives on each of the fans. They can make it to where there's 7 knives that pop out, like the actual blades pop out, or like thrown around, kind of like the Okina Prime one works. I know I'm making it sound really confusing, but the point is there's 7 blades on each of these war fans. Each one of those should not, each one of those should, like, fly out, like how the Okina Prime's incarnon works, or the Okina Prime one. The Okina's incarnon works. Now, this next one, this is just for goofy fun. Like, they're not going to add one because nobody uses this, but this one will be for really goofy fun. I'm going to go for the Prisma Obex. Now, again, this one, never going to happen because literally everybody would be like, why the fuck is this a thing? Nobody would choose this. But, honestly, I can't, again, nothing on it. I really want one for the Prisma Obex, or at least another good, what is it? What do they call? Fuck, what are they even called? Sparring weapons. Honestly, Just absolutely, like, I don't know, just absolutely, I don't know, these are fun to play with. Okay, I don't use them much, but being able to go, like, actually, like, hands-on with your opponent, with your actual hands and feet, I don't know, kind of fun. I mean, really fun. Plus, the heavy attack of this, like just stomping them out. Like, how could this not be goofy fun? And this is more for like a you know, just goofy, stupid fun. But I think people wouldn't be mad because again, well, people would be mad because it makes no sense. But again, having goofy fun with a sparring weapon would be kind of fun. And honestly, I think the brutal tide stance is not that bad at all in terms of like its combos. Pretty not that bad at all. I think the Grim Fury one, I need to off. Not that bad. I don't think these ones are that fun. Yeah, this one's just going hand man and fuck it all. Like, I feel like that having one first. Then again, nobody would use this. Nobody would choose it. But it'd be goofy fun. For people like me who actually kind of want to use these, but know that they're garbage, as far as I'm concerned. Now, before you guys say, yes, people want the Tigris Prime to get incarnon form. Where the fuck is mine? Like, people want this to get a incarnon form. I'm gonna disagree and say fuck no. I don't want this thing to get in. Okay, I wouldn't bitch, but for fuck's sakes, fix the fucking trigger system on this thing. The fucking whatchamacallit, duplex trigger system is fucking garbage. That's why I hate this weapon. I would forever hate this weapon to the end of time. This fucking trigger system is fucking bullshit. Now, sure, it's good against a single target, but how it works. Like, you press the trigger, and you hold. Yeah, sure, you can hold down the button to set the second shot, but who the fuck wants to do that? Like, he wants to hold down the trigger to fire. Fucking make it a semi-auto shotgun, like how the fucking Corinth works. Just make it a semi-auto like this. Don't make it to where I have to hold down the trigger to save my second shot if I don't want to fire the second shot. Like, that's why I don't want the... I wouldn't bitch, but for fuck's sakes, fuck no. I don't care if this gets incarnate form or not. I would not choose it. Because the trigger system is ass. I think, like, sure, it's a good weapon and people want to get a incarnate form. I don't give two fucks about this thing. Like, I don't give two fucks. If it doesn't get one, I will not whine. Because this trigger system is garbage. I mean, sure, it fucks up one target, but I don't know. Just the trigger system is fucking dog. Fuck this thing. That's why I didn't recommend it, because I personally fucking hate this trigger system. It's garbage. Just fuck this thing. You know? Like, just I know I'm putting a lot of hate on some people's as most like favorite weapon. Like don't get me wrong, it looks cool, and it's a fucking double barrel shotgun. I mean, how the fuck do you not love this? Like, it's kind of impossible for a shooter game to not have a double barrel shotgun. Well, give or take. But it's like, just this trigger system is just, it's a huge turnoff. Like, I wouldn't bitch if this thing didn't get a incarnate form. I would not give two shits. Like, I would absolutely not give two shits if it didn't get one. But, again, this duplex trigger system, that's why I hate the Zylok. Where is it? Is because it has the same trigger system as a yeah, it just, no, it's garbage. Remove this type of trigger system, please, because it's fucking garbage. Make this a semi-automatic shotgun, please. If it was a semi-automatic shotgun, I would actually kind of use it, but it's garb. So, no. So, yeah. that is all of the weapons. Again, a lot of them are melees, but all the ones I suggested are primarily because we don't have an incarnon form for that type of melee weapon yet. Now, again, are all these going to get incarnon forms? No, they're not. As I know for a fact that none of the ones I say are going to get a incarnon form, but it's nice to dream, I guess. And again, they're melees because again, we don't have one for the melee type of ones I showed today. Now, I did actually forget to show one. Hold on a minute. I did forget to show one. Oh, that I looked from it. I did have a list. Now, again, this one's also for goofy fun. Now, the Destreza, I think this should get a incarnon form. Purely because, again, we don't have one for this weapon. I have nothing on it because I don't use it. Now, it only has one stance mod, but again, I think that if this got it's more of a goofy weapon. It's a. I'm not even gonna try pronouncing the name. Again, this would be more for goofy fun and people who actually want to play with a goofy weapon, like a really goofy weapon. And that's people like me. And granted, this stance, the Vulpine Mask, isn't terrible. But again, this weapon just does no damage. Granted, I have no mods on it, but it does no damage. Also, doesn't have the greatest heavy attack either. But again, I think that if we got one for a Destreza, I would choose it because it'd be goofy and fun. I know I just done. Now I'm gonna end the video. I almost forgot about that one. Yeah, all the ones I suggested are melees, primarily because we don't have one for that melee type yet. And again, the two primaries and two secondaries are primarily because they are sexy looking to me, and I just want one for them too bad, like so badly, especially the Baza. Baza Prime, it's the number one gun I want to use in this entire game, but would never become good and never be fun to use. Yeah, so I hope you all enjoyed the video. Leave a like, I greatly appreciate it. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button for more videos of this right here. For the gameplay, my opinions, tips, hopefully helpful, or the general gameplay you guys probably don't like. I love you all. Stay warm, stay healthy, and yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.